Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well Dressed Walrus, Spokane Firefighters Local 29, Creative Music Learning Center, and North Idaho Events. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. It's November 12th. Hope you're having a great day. Snow around Spokane and up in Sandpoint, I understand, today. We've got some great guests for you. The first is Tom Konis, who is the county assessor here in Spokane. We'll catch up on what's going on there. And then Tom Sawyer, Chris Patati, the owners here at Tom Sawyer Country Coffee, where we are today. And then Lucy West with Lucy West Studios, next on the Pulse of Spokane.
Here at Creative Music Learning Center, we are dedicated to your learning no matter where you are on your journey. Whether you are a beginner, a casual player, or need some brushing up on technique, we are here for you. When you begin lessons with us, our teachers take the time to understand what kind of learner you are and how we can help you further your knowledge, offering a variety of instruments including piano, guitar, voice, violin, and more. We are here and ready to get started with you.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Think of North Idaho Events as your business development advisor. We produce events of all kinds: trade shows, themed expos, fundraisers, corporate workshops, and more. We will discover the most appropriate event that your company can most opportunistically shine. We provide the platform to feature local businesses in front of a high quantity of their ideal customer. Share your story with April Howard over a cup of coffee so she can most appropriately guide you and your business into new heights and create a most mutually beneficial relationship.
Well, my first guest is Tom Konis. Tom, I've known you for a while. You were elected, a little over, almost a year ago.
A year ago.
Wow. Here we go, right?
Yeah.
So, and you started after the first of the year. So you're just finishing up year number one as our county assessor.
As the assessor.
How's it been?
I've been in the office for 25 years before that.
That's right. But you got to move up to the big office.
I did get the big office in the turret even.
Right. A lot of things, you've done a lot of things since you come into that office, and let's just talk about some of them. One of them was being worked on before, and that's the out in the field kinds of, and I'm not saying the right words. What's the name of it?
It's a mobile field device.
Okay, mobile field device.
It's called CamaCloud is the software that we're
How
using.
is that going?
Well, today's our first day of implementing it. We had,
literally today?
Today. We had training last week.
Okay.
We had some trainers come in from the company and help us, and it's so far going wonderful.
So is your phone lighting up like crazy?
Really, there's been no glitches. Everything's going pretty well so far.
Good.
So we've got a few little things to take care of, but the company's been so responsive already.
Good. And that's good to hear, because it comes down to taxpayer dollars.
Exactly,
right?
it does. Exactly.
Speaking of taxpayer dollars and taxpayers, you had the opportunity, I think the last time you were in to see me, after that, to go out and visit Amazon.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell our audience about that.
It was the most interesting thing. It's the biggest building I've ever been in my whole
no
life.
No kidding.
It's 4 stories tall inside. You don't realize that. What they will have is they will have shipping and receiving on the main floor, and then the upper 3 floors are going to be where all the merchandise is stored. And they're going to use robotics to go into this caged, chain link fenced off area, pick up a product and deliver it to a human who will then ship it down to the base to the main floor.
Do they get to slide down or anything? Do people do that, or they don't slide down with the boxes? Do they?
No. Just the boxes get to slide.
What was your impression in terms of number of people out there and everything else as you look at that and the impact on Spokane? Because it will have an impact.
It will have a huge impact. Already is, and what we're seeing even just with the Department of Transportation changing the intersections there at the Medical Lake exit with the roundabouts and things going on. And then the county has upgraded Geiger Boulevard that goes in front of the property. But they're going to have 1,500 employees there.
Yeah. And they're starting to hire now.
They're starting to hire now.
And in the next, 4, 5, 6 months, you're going to see it really fill out, won't you?
They'll be ramped up, absolutely.
Right. So you were out there for what reason?
I was there to add the building to the tax roll for new construction.
Okay. So when does that take effect?
They will pay taxes on that number starting next year.
Effective this coming year? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So the cute story about being out there is that we were up on the 4th floor and the guy giving our tour wanted to take us down another level. And the stairwell, because they don't have elevators in yet, the stairwell was blocked by a worker. He said, "Oh, no problem. There's another one just down there. It's about a football field down on your right." That tells you how big this building is inside. That's how they refer to things, is how many football fields away it is.
Wow. I bet that was really an experience.
It
And of
really
course,
was.
you and your staff went out.
There were 5 of us total.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. What a great experience. What else is going on in the assessor's office? Because you guys have been working hard.
We have been. We did get back on our regular reevaluation schedule.
Okay.
Those went out June 1st, where everybody's values changed.
Oh, great. You're current.
I'm
Thanks
afraid.
a lot. Yeah.
And in this market, that's very hard to be.
Yeah.
It's current, because once our numbers come out, we're already not current anymore. But it's the first time we've been on schedule in 3 years.
Okay.
Also got our new construction done on time.
Right.
Again, first time in 3 years that's happened.
Good.
We've made some changes the public might see if they go to our website and look at our scout map, the property information. We have added a link to any deeds on the property, and also a link to any permits that are on the property.
Okay.
As well as now we have a little section in there that talks about our 1/6 inspections.
Right. That you evaluate 1/6 of the properties
right,
every
we
year.
do every year. Now they can go on. You can go on a certain property and look and see when this property is scheduled to be reevaluated.
So you can run out and make your place look run down.
We're good.
And everything.
Yeah. Put up the sheets in the window and things like that.
Oh, we would never do that. Right. What about staffing? How are you doing on staffing?
Staffing, we have full staff. We have 46 total employees.
And you got the commissioners to add a couple people too.
We
What
added-
was that for? I can't remember.
We added 2 more residential appraisers.
Okay.
And 1 new segregation tech.
Okay, so that means you can get to our homes faster.
That is the idea.
All right, great.
And get better data.
Yeah.
Our segregation department, when a year ago, was over 4 months behind.
Oh.
Right now we're 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Which is about as fast as you can get
Wow.
that done.
And you know, you continue, every time I meet you, when we talk about what you're doing, you continue to amaze me. I shouldn't be amazed, but continue to amaze me in terms of you're taking your position in the taxpayers' dollars very serious and making it efficient and bringing us current and everything else. And I wish we had more folks like that in government, okay?
Well, it is very important.
Lay off a little bit.
It is important that we
Yeah.
use our tax money wisely.
Yeah.
I mean, I own property here too. I have to pay those taxes
Yes.
as well. And the fact that the commissioners have agreed to allow us to get the latest technology, and this
Right.
really is the latest. We are the 8th county in the nation to have this
Wait.
software with our
8th in the nation?
in the nation
Wow.
with our that matches with our software.
Okay.
The company's been around before.
Right.
It's working. There's a number of different CAMA systems.
Oh, sure, sure.
And they've been working with those, but we are the 8th one to have this.
Wow.
So we're pushing it as hard as we can.
Well, great. All right. Keep up the good work for all of us, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Tom
as
Conas,
always.
our county assessor.
Thank you.
Almost called you a commissioner, gave you...
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to put you with that responsibility.
They go to too many
We're going
meetings.
to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Well, this is Loomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on a warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in 2nd grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Well, welcome back. I'm pleased to have Lucy West. Did I get that right?
You got that right.
All right, and you're with Lucy West Studios.
Correct.
That's real original, you know, Lucy. Okay, I mean, I'm glad it's not Fred Simpson or something like that, right?
Well, West Studios was already taken.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, then
went simple.
You got to own it if you own the name,
Right.
right? We had a great conversation the other day, and we did it by phone, so I haven't met you until today in person. Tell people where you live, literally where you live.
Literally, I live in Sagal, Idaho.
Okay.
Up on a ridge.
Yes.
That overlooks Lake Pend Oreille.
Yeah.
And we have an incredible view from like Schweitzer Mountain all the way to Scotsman's Peaks.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's just stunning.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Cabinet Mountains, and I get to see the full moon rise above them.
Oh, it's tough, isn't it? But there's
incredible.
a reason for that, and you and your husband built your house up there, right?
We did.
And you built it in such a way that you can display your work. Now, what kind of paintings do you do?
Well, I'm mostly known for my space art, space and science. I collect literal data from the missions that are happening in space.
Oh, wow.
You know, that are involved with NASA or the ESA, and I take that data and turn it into fine art paintings.
Wow.
So, as an example, the Hubble Space Telescope images that are just stunning.
Absolutely.
I use those images for inspiration and for data. There's a lot of information in there.
I'll bet.
And other types of telescopes that are gathering different light wavelengths, or planetary science.
Okay.
Or, you know, space exploration. So that's my theme. I'm not strictly a space artist, but that is my passion,
Right.
and that's what I'm known for.
You enjoy that, though, don't you?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, so now you do this in what kind of medium?
It's acrylic on canvas, and I
Okay.
usually work large scale, you know, 4 foot by 5 foot. Some
Okay.
are a little bit smaller.
Then
but
do you take reproductions of them and
Yes.
sell that as
Yes,
well? Okay,
yes.
so people can buy it in
Yes.
11 by 14 or something like
Yes,
that, and as
absolutely,
well, because
yeah.
we don't all have these big spaces, right?
That's right.
If we live in an apartment or something like that.
Yeah.
What got you involved in the love of art?
The love of since I was this tall,
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to be an artist. That
Really?
doesn't mean I was good.
Okay.
My mom had 3 kids, and out of her 3 kids, she felt sorry for me because I was the least talented.
Okay.
So, but I didn't know that. She never let on. She always celebrated everything I did, and so did my
Nice.
father. I had no idea, but they were so supportive. I never felt that I couldn't do it.
Oh,
And I really give them a lot of credit because, you know, I went after it. And it just, for me, art feeds the soul. It's storytelling. It's a way to connect with people. It creates dialogue. You get to express things you don't normally get to express in
Right.
daily life. And I find it very important. And so that was the original
Do you do
interest.
contract work where people say, here's something I'd like you to do? Do you do that too?
Oh yeah, I take a lot of commissions,
Do you?
various subject matters. These days it's a lot of space art.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
yeah. But
well, we're finally kind of back in the space race a little bit. A lot of good
Yes.
things are going on, and the women spacewalking and all of that that's coming up and,
Exciting.
being done and so forth. And because way back in my early marriage days, 50 years ago, we were landing on the moon and we were doing all of those things and seeing things in standard def and black and white.
I know.
And today everything is, high def and quality and so forth. So you've got much better things to work with
Yes.
than they would have many moons ago.
Right.
Excuse the pun.
It was a good pun.
Yeah, all right. I noticed you got it. Yeah, the audience is probably just, going berserk right now. But so what's next? Where do you show your art?
Well,
Other than your home, obviously.
yes, we use our home as a gallery. You can, call it for private viewings, and we have events there. But I also get invited to a lot of aerospace events that attach space art exhibits with it.
Okay.
And through that, I've met some of my heroes, moonwalkers.
Oh, yes.
Some of the astronauts that are involved today, living on the ISS, or some of the scientists that are, doing the missions that we love to follow with planetary science and other things. So, of course, and that fuels my
And you get
passion.
autographs, right?
You betcha.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
I've got to ask a question because, and you'll know why I asked the question, because so many artists today, some make a living and some don't. Are you making a living?
I am making a living.
Because we don't hear that with everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sensing there's this uptick recently, maybe because of the economy and so forth, that people are, I will say it, investing in art and the appreciation of art. And I mean investing both in dollars and appreciating it and put it in their homes, their offices and so forth. You're finding that too.
I'm finding that too. And of course, with our new technologies and our new printing that we have,
Yes.
it's easy. It's much easier to collect art on that front. And we've got younger generation coming in and being excited about art. And I feel like that's fueling it as well.
Where do you sell most of your art? In this area?
Oh yeah, actually I got a pretty good following in the Sandpoint area and greater Sandpoint area.
Right.
I get a lot of exposure online with social media.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course these events that I get invited to, I meet the people that like my stuff. That's my niche.
Right.
And then that just sort of snowballs
Right.
in all the right directions.
Yeah, because they're
as
saying,
well.
hey, have you seen this lady's paintings and so forth? And,
Yeah.
pass it on.
That's-
How can people get in touch with you?
LucyWestStudios.com.
Okay.
I'm also on Twitter, Lucy West Studios, and LinkedIn,
Okay.
Lucy West Studios. So just look for Lucy West Studios,
Okay.
and you will find me all over the internet.
All right. Well, that's where we all are these days, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. It was
All right.
great to
Good
be
to
here.
have you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Continued good luck.
Thank
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Well, welcome back. Our final guest for this segment is representing Tom Sawyer Country Coffee, because you guys own it and run it here. Gary, Tom Sawyer.
Hi, I'm Tom Sawyer.
And you've been around
You
a
know
few-
that name?
I've heard that.
How about that voice?
Yes. You want me to paint a fence? Is that what you're asking me to do? Okay.
No, buy a cup of coffee. We get more out of that, yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to try to get this name correct.
You
Chris
can do it.
Patati?
Wonderful.
Wow.
Nailed
okay.
it.
Okay, from now on it's just Chris.
All right.
Okay, I mean, we're going to, Chris and Tom, we're going to keep things, I love your coffee, and I'll remind folks here that are watching that we serve exclusively Tom Sawyer coffee at our station, and been very proud to do that from day one, I think, if I remember back when we just did audio and so forth, and you guys supply us cups and coffee to give away every so often and all that. We appreciate it.
That is our pleasure.
We
Absolutely.
thought to come down and do our show here today, and
Wow, the place is full.
Yeah.
It is full.
Ken,
All right.
I got to shake your hand because we're even up on this because this is the only coffee we serve here too.
Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. He thinks he's a comedian, right? Okay. Give him a name that everybody knows. It goes to your head. Tom, I've
Our
known-
motto is no grounds for complaint, so come on down.
Gee. Oh, this is going to be a long last
He can go
segment.
on and on.
Yeah, okay.
We call them Tomisms around here.
Do you
And
really? Well, at our place, they're called Kent jokes. Okay,
Okay.
and there's a long story, and we don't have that kind of time. Okay, Tom, you've been in the coffee business for a long time.
Just 58 years now.
Is that all?
Still working on it.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay, perfect.
I'm Norwegian. I'm a little slow. I'm on 101 last chapter. verse.
I hear you. I hear you. What got you started in your interest in coffee? Because it's obviously it found something in you for 58 years.
Well, I was 19 when I started, and I went to work for a company that I had no idea was going to be my life in it, and had a great opportunity with them down in San Jose, California, 10 years. Became their plant superintendent. Came up to Seattle for the oldest roasting company in the Northwest, a company called Davies Coffee Company, dated back to 1886.
Wow.
Another 10
I remember.
Another 10 years there.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I, this is our third business from the ground up that we've had. So we had one in Seattle for 18 years, stepped away from that one, started another one up in Anacortes called Fidalgo Bay. Had that one for 17 years, stepped away from that one, started this one almost 11 years ago here in Spokane.
Okay.
So I think that might be my last one.
What you started putting things together and roasting and all of that, and what made you decide to actually have a shop like this up in what I'll call the urban area? Because you were a little suburban out there.
Oh yeah. Well, we call ourselves Country Coffee, but out in front we got a sign that says the Urban Stop. Yeah, so
okay.
We're still Country Coffee. We're country boys. We're going to remain there.
Yeah.
And lost my thought.
Why did we move here to Kendall Yards?
Oh, Kendall Yards. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, when I first started, I thought I could just build this shop out there. It was an 1,800 square foot shop. Thought I could just fool around at it for maybe 2-3 days, no employees.
Yeah.
And too many people just kept finding us. And we just
Sorry for your success.
we literally ran out of room and ran out of time, and finally started hiring people.
Yeah.
Chris, his wife, came on board first with us.
Yes.
Then he had enough confidence to leave the bank and come and be a part, and that's over 5 years now.
Yeah.
And then we've been down here in Kendall Yards now for just a little bit over 4 years.
Yeah.
And it just keeps coming and coming and coming.
And you're now
it's a trouble
around
when you give good service and sell great
and good coffee.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
You know,
Remember that motto, no grounds for complaint.
I'm going to remember that because you're going to keep telling me that. I'm sure. Chris, you were in banking.
Correct.
Why leave the white shirt and tie, which probably still was, at least maybe as you were starting to leave in those days,
Right.
to do this?
Sure.
What brought you to
First of all, Tom's passion about coffee is it's just infectious.
Yes,
so
it
just
is. It is.
So,
It is.
And coffee is really exciting. People ask me if do I prefer banking or coffee, one over the other. Absolutely loved what I was doing in banking.
Right.
I worked for a great company, had a wonderful career. This has just been fantastic. I didn't look back at all.
Okay.
So it's just like I said, Tom's passion for this industry is infectious. I caught it.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
It's addictive.
Yes, it is. It is. And you guys, every time I've come in, or we've come in for various things to pick up the coffee for our studio and all that, you guys are always so friendly. You've got people sitting here that seem to be having fun. It's a homegrown business compared to some of the national firms and so forth. And you know, when we started, our purpose at Spokane Talks was for small business and community. So it's fun to be supportive and be partners, if you will, with businesses that bring that extra ounce of courage, because it does take courage.
Well, certainly does.
You know, to do this. And every time I'm here, you're roasting and working, and you guys are doing this
6 days a week.
6 days a week? Okay.
Don't tell us why.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened my 2 days a week.
Yeah, well, welcome to being retired.
Yeah.
I get introduced at the station often as Kent Adams, who failed at retirement. Okay, so
We
welcome.
say that's the only thing Tom's a failure at.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys for hosting this today and having two of our shows done here today, and most importantly, for being a great community contributor, because you've got a room back here that you have nonprofits come in and spend some time, and you're out there at all the local events and supporting. You've certainly been supporting us, and we appreciate that, and keep up the good work, and
Thank you.
keep on
Ken.
doing
Yeah,
what you're
thank
doing.
you.
Okay,
It's
producing great
just
coffee.
a really great place to come.
Yeah, it
relax
is.
and enjoy yourself.
It is,
That's
absolutely.
what it's all about.
In fact, we were talking this morning, what time are we heading over? And I said, well, we can drink good coffee here, or we can head over and relax. And I didn't think it was going to be as busy as it was this morning. Nice problem to have. Don't complain with your mouth.
Right.
Oh, no complaints.
So Tom and Chris, thank you very much, all right?
Thank you, Ken.
And
Appreciate
thanks
it.
for watching today. Have a great day. We'll see you soon on The Pulse of Spokane.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well Dressed Walrus, Spokane Firefighters Local 29, Creative Music Learning Center, and North Idaho Events. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.